Hi everyone, it's Brett here from Metropole. Well, have you considered the importance of gentrification as a property investor? It's something that many investors overlook, and as a result, they may be solely relying on the market for their property's appreciation. Warren Buffett is once quoted as saying that you will never be truly wealthy until you find a way to make money in your sleep. And property can certainly fit that description, but how can you improve the equity in your property without relying on the market or without adding value? The answer may be gentrification, a way of forcing up your property's value without lifting a finger and while you are sleeping. I have seen the benefits of gentrification in my own portfolio, and my experience tells me there are two clear signs of gentrification. The first one is from a macro perspective or a suburb or location level. It's often those inner to middle ring suburbs of our capital cities that are overlooked originally, and now older, tighter areas are being rejuvenated. Younger people are moving into the areas, and young professionals or family couples with higher incomes, the lower socioeconomic housing, and I guess retirees with lower incomes are moving out of the area, and there's substantial changes to happen. There's also old warehouses being replaced with more modern homes, or with gyms or hairdressers or microbreweries. There's a range of different options that are starting to pop up that rapidly improve the livability of the area. Not just one coffee shop or one cafe, but 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 restaurants. People are spoilt for choice. It draws people into the location. And that starts to filter through to a micro level, when we start to look at the street level and what's happening on the ground. People are starting to pay a premium for old tired houses and just knock them over completely and do a complete rebuild or a huge renovation, and generally they start to overcapitalise substantially. And that's really, really important to understand, because they're the areas we want to get into. If people are knocking over houses left, right and centre and rebuilding and putting up these monstrous homes, these new modern contemporary beautiful homes to fit the location in the area, and you've got the old tired run-down property around the corner, it's probably going to start adding value to your property and increasing value, because it's the land and the scarcity of land and general housing that is going to drive properties up in that particular area. So it's a really good way to enforce growth. How does it happen? Well, generally there's a greater level of demand in that particular suburb now because those changes are starting to happen. But a lot of our clients as well that have purchased those kinds of properties 2 or 3 years ago, what they've paid for the property then is actually what the land value is worth now, because these homes are being continually knocked over and overcapitalised, and that's forcing up the value of their home. So it's really important to understand that gentrification is a key tool. I'd be looking in the inner to middle ring suburbs where the incomes are shifting and changing. I'd be avoiding outer areas and newer suburbs where people don't have the ability to pay more. They don't change and knock over houses and rebuild. They're all cookie cutter blocks, and every house pretty much looks the same and probably will do for the next 20 years. So you're really going to miss out on that gentrification. I think it's an important factor, particularly a good way of not just relying on the market to do the heavy lifting, but allowing the area to change and boost the value of your property and increase your equity position. Thanks for watching.